Once upon a time in a nearby forest, a snake gave birth to a snakelet, at the same period that a toad in a neighboring canal also gave birth to a toadlet. As time went on, each of the youngsters started exploring beyond their little enclosures, to get to know their world better. So, it happened that one day, as the toadlet was playing in a small clearing in the bush, he heard an unfamiliar sound. Looking up, he saw something like a thread moving towards him. That tiny thread-like thing stopped, raised its tiny head, and looked at him in a rather friendly way. Then asked him who he was, and what he's doing. From there they got to know each other quite well, and promised to be good friends watching out for one another. The toadlet expressed great admiration at the way the snakelet moved so gracefully, slithering in and out of the shrubs almost unnoticed, and how slender his body is. The snakelet on the other hand told the toadlet that he is handsome, and that he loves how he's able to jump instead of crawling on the ground. And that the puffiness also makes him look bigger at times. He wished he could have limbs. As they were reminiscing about their anatomy and environment, they heard a loud hissing sound. Startled, the toadlet asked what was that. His friend told him that that was his mother calling him to come home for dinner. They parted ways, but promised to converge at same spot the next day. When the snakelet got home, he regaled his mother about his newfound friendship, telling her how handsome he is with puffy neck and all that. The mother asked questions to be sure she knows the exact animal her child is talking about. Then she thanked him, and went ahead to tell him that his friend is not his friend, but his lunch. A very nutritional one at that. That, she would like to be introduced to his mother, so they can have enough to eat for the month. She hatched a plan, that she would hide on top of a tree at their playground, so when he calls the toadlet to come out and play, as they're playing, she would pounce on him for the next lunch. When she noticed a reluctance on the part of her child, she threatened that hunger would be his lot, unless he played along. He acquiesced. At the other end, the toadlet also told his mother about his newfound friendship. The mother laughed, and shouted that snakes can never be friends with toads. That it is a setup, but he protested, yet the mother insisted that friendship must come to an end, that in fact they will run away, because such neighbors cannot guarantee peace of mind. So when it was time for the little freeloaders to meet for their endeavors, the snakelet arrived early as instructed by the mother, and when it was time, he called out to his friend to come out so they would play as they did the day before. The toadlet responded from a very safe distance shouting, "My dear friend, do not worry about today's game. That thing your mother told you, my own mother was equal to her task as a mother by telling me same thing.